Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Prince George here. Today we're taking a look at the 2024 Subaru Outback Touring in the Cosmic Blue. So here in Canada, Touring is our mid-trim level. This is the second trim level. This is one above the Convenience. So if you're from the US, this is gonna look different than the Touring there. This is probably comparable to what they call the Premium in the States. I'm not overly familiar with the US trim levels. 24 Outbacks, kept the same facelift that the 23's got, that larger grille, larger logo, the forward-facing LED headlights, and the differently styled headlights. So smaller, more aggressive LED. They've got these bulge on them, and that's just part of the diffuser. I know it looks kind of odd. You don't notice it until someone points it out. We also get this really nice C-cut channel, and that's just kind of the more aggressive style that you see on all the new Subarus. Touring model, 17-inch aluminum alloy wheels, machined aluminum face with the darker, I don't want to call them inserts, but angles on the wheel. Got a large, very aggressive wheel arch. It is smooth. We've got these little wings. I get asked about that. When we asked Subaru, that was actually for aerodynamics. I know, kind of odd, but they're a multi-million-dollar company that has tons of people doing research, so it must be true. Black painted mirror caps, and that's standard on all of our vehicles here, for all of our Outbacks. Integrated turn signals. We have the roof rails with the integrated crossbars. So they've integrated tie downs front and rear. On the passenger side here, it's up front. Used to grab it on the driver's side. So we've got this cap here. We lift, and you can see there are little finger indents there for you to grab and lift, and you can see that pops out. You flip this across, the other bar flips across and locks in here in the corresponding hole. So you have crossbars when you need them. You can hide them when you don't. Warning label with weights and hazards, all that stuff. As you can see, tilt and slide sunroof in the Touring model, and that's a standard feature. So there's no option package for that. Just comes like that. Give you the side profile of it. 8.7 inches of minimum ground clearance on the Outback. It is phenomenal. That's almost as much ground clearance as a half-ton pickup, which is quite nice, especially for our winters here. On the rear passenger side is where you find the fuel door. So pop it to open. There's no release lever inside anymore. It's tied to the driver door. If the driver door is unlocked, there's no pin holding that closed. But when I press lock on the key fob, a pin is going to shoot out of here. You can see that locks in place. So if your driver door is unlocked, fuel door is unlocked. Driver door is locked, fuel door is locked. So you don't have to worry about fuel theft at night as long as your vehicle's locked. Well, for the most part. The rear, we have a power lift gate you can activate from the key fob. You also have the proximity tailgate. So all you have to do, have the key on your person, block the logo, it beeps and you back up and open. There you go. You can also press on the door or do it from the driver's seat, but the proximity is so handy. We have backup sensors in the rear bumper, and those will actually apply the brakes if it thinks you're going to hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. It'll also show you on the dash when you're getting close to things in reverse. I'll show you that. We'll get close to another vehicle in reverse. And in the back, there's a ton of storage in the Outback. Very tall, wide, and deep. Cargo tray, standard equipment. Little cubby with a net. Put some stuff in there if you have to. 12-volt outlet for any charging needs you may have. We have nice hard mount physical tie downs. You got 4 of those in the Touring, 1 in each corner. This one just came in, so they haven't put the floor mats in yet. Grocery bag hooks that flip down on either side, and should I need to fold the seats down, simply pull, and there you go. I have a handle on this side, the exact same thing. Underneath, we have our privacy cover, because it does store there, which is nice. Got spare tire tools. Underneath this center tray is where our tire is, and this hook dangling here is actually designed to hold the tray up while you're grabbing spare tire tools, or the spare tire, or hiding this away or taking this out. The hardest part is putting this back one-handed. Easy to use. Now, I can grab and pull down, I can close and lock. Really easy. So if I close and lock, it'll close the hatch and then it'll lock all the doors. Do that. And let's confirm it's locked. Let's pull on this. And you knew it was unlocked because I had unlocked the fuel door. And then to confirm that it's locked with the proximity key, when I put my hand in the handle, the hazard's going to flash indicating that it's unlocking. There you go. Second row. There is a lot of room in the Outbacks. I'm a taller guy, I fit comfortably, I've got good headroom, I've got good leg room. Even with these front seats, most of the way are all the way back. So long as it's not reclined silly far, I'm fine. Touring, you get cloth. It's a light and dark gray two-tone. These seats are reclinable. Lift, and this is hard to do one-handed. You can see reclines. Not a whole bunch, but enough that someone could lean back and take a nap if they wanted. 40% side, 60% side also does that. And then to return it, I can also fold the seats down by pressing on that. And it's virtually flat. So if you needed to camp in it, you're more than able to. Got fold down armrest with integrated cup holders. We have a map back pocket on the back of the front passenger seat, in addition to the back of the front driver's seat. 2 USBs, USB A and C for charging. Vents out of the center console, in addition to the ones underneath each front seat facing rearward, increases the airflow to the second row, which is nice. Heats up or cools down very quickly. Easy access to the anchors for child seats. Nice Velcro piece here. This step has a little bit of grip in it. This is designed to be a step. So if you have something on your roof rails, on your crossbars, that is a lot easier to stand on than the tire. Lots of people think, oh yeah, it's just easy to stand on the tire. Yeah, if the door's not open or it's locked, yes. But the tire actually sits inside the fender, so you're gonna get a much better grip standing there than here. Yeah, I mean, 3.5, 4 inches difference, so like a lot more grip standing there. This little black piece here is where our side impacts crash safety bar goes in. So this is an additional crash safety bar that goes in at an angle and is designed to stop intrusion into the passenger area in the event of a side collision. Subaru's all about safety. They've been doing crash test safety ratings for years. This is soft touch. This is soft touch. Premium features in the Outback, even in the second row. Bottle holder with storage. Even the second row windows have the auto switch for up and down. And should you need it, child lock. Now, child locks are separate. It's not tied together. You do have to do both if you want to use the child locks. Now, as I was showing before, to lock and unlock with the proximity key has to be within 46 inches. Yes, I've done the test. It's 46 inches. To lock it, I've got these 2 lines. Press and hold and it locks. Just wait a second, put your hand in the handle, and it unlocks. Now, if I lock it and pull on the handle right away, it gives me a minute to confirm that it's actually locked. If I wait too long, it unlocks. Now, only the front driver and passenger doors have these sensors. The rear ones do not. You do also have a sensor for the rear hatch if you walk up for that. Driver door card looks very, very similar to that of the second row door card. Soft touch, a little bit different coloring. Window lock, all 4 auto windows, power mirror adjustment, got bottle holders, and we have a little bit more storage in the front than we do the second row. On the inside, up front, same seating material, just with more bolstering. These are very, very comfortable seats. I have an older Outback. I think it's one of the more comfortable vehicles in our lineup. Tiltable headrest, so you can adjust it to how close you'd like it to the back of your head. And it is a power driver seat, including lumbar. All of the Outbacks have a power driver seat, including lumbar, even the base model. Now, by the driver's left knee, we have the ability to open the rear hatch, scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges, and I can turn off the proximity sensor for the rear hatch. So I get asked, why would I want to do that? If you're loading something on the back of the Outback up top and you're blocking the logo, it stops it from opening. It's great. A simple click. Hard to tell if it's on or off. Essentially, if you can see the white, it's active. If it's hidden, you can't, it's not active. And then we have more fabric, soft touch on the dash, which is a continuation of this right here. Let's get inside. So here I am on the inside of the 2024 Outback Touring. We're gonna take a look at the steering wheel first. And steering wheel adjustment This bottom left of the steering column, there's a place you hook your thumb, and I have both tilt and telescopic, so you can adjust it for drivers of varying arm, leg length, and heights, depending how you like to sit. I like it all the way out because I sit back fairly far. To show you how some of these work, turn it on. So foot's not on the brake, light is not green. Foot is on the brake, light goes green, green means go. Got some LEDs popping up there. I've got blind spot detection that turns on. So I do have blind spot detection. It's a little black screen in each mirror, and as you saw, it goes orange, and that's what it looks like when someone's in your blind spot. The LEDs up there are part of the EyeSight system, which use these 3 cameras, which I'll get into. But on the steering wheel, left-hand side, we've got our audio controls. We've got volume, which you can turn up or down. This has changed. This is left to right. It used to be this toggle, and you get this nice satisfying click, and it feels nice. I'm a tactile person, I appreciate that. Other people out there may appreciate that as well. This toggle now changes our top little display, our center display I should say, and gives us different information, how long you've been running, what you're listening to, clock and thermometer. We can answer phone calls, we can hang up or decline or mute, issue voice commands, switch between presets, switch from AM to FM to USB to satellite, etc. Switch through your music sources. This little eye, I do have a video covering that. I will put that video link in the description of this video. But if you get a little orange eye that pops up and you don't know what it is, click that, it'll tell you. Very, very handy. It's for things like low washer fluid, someone's not belted up, stuff like that. Right-hand side, we have our adaptive cruise and we have our lane centering. So both of these systems use these 3 stereo color EyeSight cameras. So the 2 on the sides, those are the standards. This is the new 3rd wide angle mono camera, which increases the visibility of the camera. So a wider field of view from left to right. And actually, the visibility in the Outback, as you'd expect, is pretty darn phenomenal. Like, good visibility. So when I turn on the cruise, this is adaptive cruise. I turn it on, I'm gonna turn off the lane centering, but I get an image of the Outback there. I have 4 bars ahead of it. I get the little cruise control icon right there. That indicates the adaptive cruise. There's 4 bars ahead of it, and that's the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you'll follow at if you catch up while using cruise. I can follow closer if I want, and that's decreasing the distance, that increases the distance. So 4 bars at 100 kilometers an hour is roughly 150 to 180 feet, which is more than adequate generally. If you get to a more congested area and you need to follow closer while using cruise, toggle down. But it's a great system. I absolutely love the adaptive cruise. I didn't think I would. I really enjoy it. Turn on the lane centering and you get the image of the steering wheel there. Now, I've got those grayed out lines beside the Outback. If above 60 kilometers an hour, the cameras can see the road lines. It'll indicate which side it can see, whether that's one or both or none, by illuminating white. After that, your Outback will help you steer. It helps. It's lane centering. It keeps you centered off a line. It gives you gentle steering input to keep you in the middle of your lane. Not hands-free driving. It gets mad at you if you take your hands off the wheel for too long, just so you're aware. It turns that portion of the system off and you'll go off into the ditch. Heated steering wheel. And it is a whole heated wheel in the Outback, except for here where the wiring comes in. But yeah, whole heated wheel. We do have paddle shifters, upshift and downshift, so you can manually select your own gears with the automatic CVT. Great. I use the downshifting all the time in my older Outback. It's great. 11.6 inch touchscreen. So they've broken this touchscreen into, I'm going to call it 3 portions. Top portion here, we've got widgets or gauges, and I simply click on one if I want to change it. Brings me this menu. Let's get rid of the average speed. I can choose weather, how far I'm into the accelerator, the angle I'm sitting at. I can turn it off. I'm going to do calendar. These are the 3 that I traditionally set up for my clients, and they can change it at any point, or I can change it for them if they want. I've got what I'm listening to. Back to the widgets. Weather, that's part of the 3-month trial of the satellite radio subscription that you get when you sign up with Subaru. This will disappear if you don't continue your subscription with that SiriusXM. Press on it, brings you weather. You can change your location, you can add a favorite. It's easy. It does only do major centers, so it won't do small towns in the middle of nowhere, unfortunately. And then we have X mode, which is like 4x4 low in a pickup. Have to be going under 20 kilometers an hour to engage it, and it only works up to 40 kilometers an hour. So it's for low speed, rough terrain. Up, down, going through 3 feet of snow, you've managed to get yourself stuck. Engage it. X mode, Downhill descent control comes on, and the rough terrain icon comes on. Put that back to gauges. Center portion of the screen, I've got radio, which is self-explanatory. Media is Bluetooth, aux, USB, anything hooked up externally. Phone allows you to hook your phone up to Bluetooth. Apps, we've got wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. SiriusXM Travel Link is part of the 3-month travel satellite radio subscription. My Subaru, you get access to that after the vehicle's registered in your name. You get a 3-year trial to the My Subaru connected services. Great service. Car info, driving statistics, you can set up maintenance reminders. You can turn off the display. There is a second page. We've got auto vehicle hold, which is a brake holder for construction, drive-through, and rush hour traffic. You can turn on valet mode, and you have the ability to turn off traction control. And you can add additional shortcuts if there's somewhere you go often to change settings or something. To the left, we have a volume knob. To the right, we have a tuning knob. We still have physical buttons on here as well. Bottom portion, bottom third, we'll say. Home button. Looks like a little Monopoly house or an open envelope, depending who you ask. The ability to turn on or off the auto start-stop, the fuel saver. Press the little image of the car, it takes us into vehicle control, driving assistance, and more settings. So you can change it if you don't like lane departure stopping you from leaving the lane or keeping you centered. You can turn that off. You can turn off blind spot detection, turn it on. And that's, again, what blind spot detection looks like when someone's in your blind spot. More settings, you can change the digital speedometer to miles per hour if you travel into the States, or vice versa if you're in the States and come into Canada. The ability to hook up phones, you can hook up to 5 Bluetooth devices in total, and then driver profiles. Climate controls, the bottom portion here. Heated seats, 3 stages for both the driver and passenger. Now I can toggle down to different levels, or if I decide it's too warm, like I am right now, because this is absolutely cooking, press and hold, release, turns it all off completely. It's great, got the same option on there. I have physical buttons for temperature on either side, and it goes up in 0.5 degree increments. Or I simply click, and it brings up this screen, and I can drag, I can touch down, and click, and it is dual zone, so you and your passenger can have 2 separate temperatures. Control if I want recirc, AC, where I want my airflow. It is easy to sync it back to just driver controlled. I have the ability to turn on just front defrost, and this does heated mirrors, back window, and your windshield wiper de-icers, and it runs for 15 minutes and then shuts off, because 15 minutes is generally more than adequate. We have these nice big buttons for our fan strength. Turn off AC if we don't want it. And then if I don't touch that for I don't want to say an extended period of time, but for a little bit of time, it'll just disappear on its own. So you don't need to press the X to make that disappear while you're driving. Really easy. Now below the screen, we've got a cubby. This is where the wireless charger is going to go. USB A and C sockets along with aux. We have a park brake. It's electronic. Foot up or foot on the brake and push down, sorry, to turn it off. If your foot's not on the brake, it won't shut off. Automatic CVT. As I was saying, you can go into manual mode, and you can use the paddles to manually select your own gears. When I put it in reverse, backup camera pops up. Rear assist braking's active. Parking sensors are active. It does show you the top of the bumper, so you have something to relate to. I know it is kind of hard to see in the shade there, especially with this color. And I can clean the backup camera from inside, which is phenomenal. Now, I am going to show you guys what the sensors look like and the sounds when I'm beeping up. I'll just do that after I finish this portion here. Behind that, center console has our cup holders. One has a drink raiser, so if you have a short drink, medium drink, it's not sitting down there. You're not just grabbing the lid to get it up. Wireless charger. That's a installed accessory at the dealership. It comes with it from the factory, but we have to install it here. Armrest. We've got storage. We've got 12-volt outlet, place to run cords, and then second tray. And this is kind of rubberized to stop things from sliding around. I know people put cards there, they put coins there, lots of stuff there. Over here, little storage cubby, more soft touch. My favorite feature ever in any vehicle, auto dimming rear view mirror. There's no switch to flick. It just automatically dims if someone's behind you with their high beams on. It's fantastic. You have an integrated compass and 3 home link buttons, so you can hook up to 3 separate garage doors to your mirror. Sunglass storage. And up top, we have SOS and roadside. That's part of the 3-year trial to the My Subaru Connected Services. Sorry, that's a tongue twister for me. You'll get a little green light there when it's enabled, and you'll get some setup emails when the vehicle's registered in your name. Sunroof controls, tilt and slide. We've got our map lights. And it is just a manual shade. Regular size sunroof. We have card holder, vanity mirror with light, and that you can slide. So if the sun's directly at your left or right while you're driving, that's really easy to use. Now I'm gonna flip this Outback around, facing the wall, and actually you can see these lights. These headlights are ridiculously good. I'm a huge fan of these lights. And we're gonna show you what the sensors look like when we're getting close to things in reverse. So here I am in reverse. We're back towards the wall, and you can see lines of green. Green is good. We're gonna start getting closer. And you'll see a little green box. That means we're still good, but the sensors are saying we're there. We do get a little indicator up here as well. And once we get into the yellow, that's when you start getting beeping. And you'll notice the box kind of changed. Only portion of it showed yellow than the rest, because different portions of the vehicle get there closer sooner, especially if you're facing something oblong. Dark yellow or orange shows it up there, and then it'll go solid when you're about as close as you should be, and it shows it up there. So that beeping is annoying. If you didn't like sensors for some reason, or you have like a bike rack or something, you can turn the sensors off. And I'm gonna not back into that. That is a quick look at the 2024 Subaru Outback Touring, our mid-level trim, in the cosmic blue. And it is powered by the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine, 182 horsepower, 8.7 inches of minimum ground clearance, and of course, Subaru's full-time symmetrical all-wheel drive. Thanks for watching my quick walkthrough of the 24 Subaru Outback Touring. If you guys have any questions about the vehicle behind me, any of the vehicles in our lineup, any of the tech in them, or something that you saw in the video that I didn't elaborate on, please put it in the comments below. I'm always looking to make new content for you guys and answer your questions. Again, I'm Tyson, the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Print Storage. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.